I had to start off with a smile. Got this little curly cue going on here. I'm using my new device today that I got for Valentine's Day. My new tripod. Hello, hello. Happy, motivational, magical, marvelous Monday, everybody. Hopefully you've had a great start. Well, it start. Look. Hopefully you had a great day. Hopefully you've done something for yourself today. Some people had the day off and all of that good stuff. So kudos to you if you did. If you are an entrepreneur, most likely you did not have the day off, but you could have did whatever you wanted to do. Of course, I didn't have the day off. I had real estate stuff to do, had other things that I have going on to do. So listen, it is what it is. So I am ecstatic to have all of you here at 9:54 p.m. I used to come on earlier, but I had some things I had to finish. And after I get off, I had some other things that I need to finish. So it's going to be a late night, but late night, early mornings, that's what I'm used to doing. So that's what it is. If you don't know who I am, my name is Toria Howard. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. So what up, though, to all my Detroit people? I reside in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a realtor here, soon to be in Mississippi, Michigan, Nevada. And yeah, I do credit, all of that good stuff, funding. But we're here to talk about, are you fit to run your race today? That is the question. And I know people might be thinking, and I'm talking about a physical. I mean, well, I guess it is a physical race, but in the track sense of running, right? But it's your race is your life journey. Are you fit to live your life journey? That's the thing. That's the question. How fit are we to live our life journey? To live our best life, to live the life we are supposed to live, our purpose filled life, all of that good stuff. So drop a one in the comments if you are new to my live. I got to get this right. Drop a two if you are why if you've been here before, and drop a three if you're watching the replay. And I really appreciate it. So drop a one if you're new, drop a two if you've been here before, drop a three if you're watching the replay. And I really appreciate it. So let me first and foremost start off with this. I am not an evangelist. Why is it wants to move with my hands? I got to stop moving talking with my hands so much. But I'm not an evangelist. I'm not a preacher. I am just me, and I speak on my experiences and my self awareness and my spirituality. Hi, Ribby. My camera keep moving. So that's what I am. That's what I do. Let me give you this disclaimer. So I do, come from scripture a lot. What would you? No, I don't want you to move. So um, that's what I do. But I'm talking about, are you fit to run your race? So what is fit? I always break my words down into acronyms. So what is fit? Focus to improve triumph. That's what it is, right? Fit, focus to improve triumph. Now, the scripture that I got from this that I pulled was Proverbs 24 and 27. Prepare your outside work. Make it fit for yourself in the field, and afterward build your house. Let me say it again. Stop moving. Uh, this new camera, this new tripod now, I got to figure out how to use it on my Facebook. It's getting crazy. So, Proverbs, like I said, 24:27. Prepare your outside work, make it fit for yourself in the field, and afterward build your house. So, what is the outside work? Well, first and foremost, what is the definition of fit? Right? Fit has multiple definitions, as the English language always does, right? So you have adapted and suited, um, a proper or becoming, qualified or competent, prepared or ready, in good physical condition. All of those is fit, right? And that's what it is. Are you Are you able to adapt to run your race? Are you becoming in your pursuit to run your race? Are you qualified and competent? Are you a lifelong learner? Are you constantly learning about your craft? Just tripod. Um, and are you how prepared and ready are you? And are you in good health? Is the question. So that's the thing. A lot of us don't, we want a lot of different things, but are you fit for it? Is the question. So what is fit? Focus to improve triumph. So how do you build a house, right? So I use this analogy because I'm in real estate. So on how to be fit, right? When you talk about oh, and let me shout out to all my Michigan State Spartans. My heart is with you. I am a Michigan State alumni. And, we had a mass shooting on the campus not too long ago. And I always represent my school. And my heart goes out to the victims that were, affected, and also the students and the staff who are going to be living on that campus that are affected. So Spartan pride. But anyway, how do you build a house? You have to have the foundation, right? You know, we put the plumbing in and all the different things that go into the ground, but you have to have the foundation. And then you go with the studs, right? And if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but this is just what I logically think. I've never built a house before. I've just seen it. So I would think they found that, they put the, plumbing in, and then they pour the foundation, and then they put the studs up, they put the roof on, and then well, no, you got to put the, brick or siding on or whatever. Whatever. I prefer brick personally. And then you the siding, you put the roof on, and then you put the drywall up on the inside. Then you can, create the, the rooms the way that you want them to be created, right? So what is your foundation when you're talking about being physically fit to run your race? Starts with your mindset, right? So the foundation of you, mental strength. So are you self-aware? Do you know what you're doing to keep yourself stagnant? I know what I was doing. I was self-sabotaging. I am impatient. I am impulsive. I do react to my emotions. So a lot of the times, when I was doing things, this tripod, I gotta stop talking with my hands apparently. My new tripod moves with my hands. But I, was reacting on reacting on my emotions a lot of times. And a lot of times I made a lot of hasty decisions when I did that. So that became a problem for me. And a lot of times when things happen to me, I'm sitting. Why is it turning? Okay, I don't know what it's doing. Let me put it off of that. A lot of times when that happens to me, I don't get depressed in the sense of how people think about depression. Like a lot of people think about depression as if you are laying in the bed crying all day, like that type of depression. My type of depression is I am an action taker. So I do hasty, crazy things to combat whatever I'm feeling in the time that I feel like I need it. So that is bad. And that's what I was doing as far as my self sabotage. So I became more self aware when I saw that I was doing that. I was compartmentalizing a lot, not completing tasks. I'm still working on that part because I let other things get in the way of my main thing. And I have to stop doing it. I don't know if I'm the only, maybe I'm the only one. But I let things get in front of my main thing, and I'm not making the main thing the main thing. And I put all these other things in front of it, and then it gets left by the wayside. And I had to understand that I have to make the main that one thing that I love. I can't push that off to the wayside. I can't put it off on a shelf and then come back to it. I have to complete one thing at a time. Still, God's still working on me, okay? Because I'm used to always multitasking and moving in multiple different directions at once. But that's not a good way to operate. a lot of times. It's different when you have multiple tasks that you're doing, but to run multiple business at the same time and you haven't focused on one of them is a huge problem. And it causes a lot of stress, it causes a lot of dissension, and you leave something by the wayside. And I've done that a lot. So I had to be more self aware. Once I became more self aware, what have I learned? So I had to figure out what I learned in that situation, which was that I had to stop compartmentalizing and stop being so impatient and reacting on my emotions, which makes me work in haste, that makes me do things that I know I should not be doing. And a lot of times it made me get into selfish mode as well, where I forgot about a lot of things and a lot of people when I was supposed to do certain things. So, once you become self aware, you figure out what you learn from that because all of your mistakes are a lesson. And if you look at it that way, then you won't be as hard on yourself. I'm definitely my worst critic. Okay. And I will try to talk down about myself, talk bad about myself before I let anybody else do it, thinking that it will soften the blow. And it still hurts regardless of the fact. So I didn't do anything to help that. So I had to stop doing that. So once I learned those that my mistakes and I turned them into lessons, then I was able to turn those lessons into actions. Once I'm knowledgeable, what are the actions? So I had to make sure that I put myself on a schedule to complete tasks at certain times of the day. I know for me, I'm a morning person. And I know some of you that follow me that or really know me personally know I get up really early in the morning. Some of y'all still be rolling over, sucking your thumb, or whatever you do at night. you know, I should be asleep by now, but it is what it is. And I get up really early in the morning and 4 o'clock to be exact. and excuse me. And I get up, I meditate, I pray, I put my post up, I be at the gym. A lot of times I be at the gym, 5 in the morning. Can't wait till the new gym opens up. God, I've been waiting on it. So that's next week. So watch me in there. Watch me in Crunch. So I'll be in there. But anyway, I had to put myself on a time schedule to get things done and completed. Now, have I followed the schedule to a T? No, because guess what? When you're in real estate, a lot of times things get thrown into your schedule, into your mix that you didn't plan for. So, you have to, are you fit to run your race? You have to adapt. So every single day I have to adapt. But one thing that I don't do that I stopped doing was being so hard on myself because I didn't complete something. I made sure that I prioritize throughout my day. And if I dropped the ball on something, I made sure I still cater to the things that were most important. Most importantly, I need to make sure that I stick to my consistent schedule of, on my social media. Also, I should say most important, but most importantly are my customers and my clients. I have to make sure that I'm there to cater to them. And I know, right? I'm in the customer service business, so my job is to cater to my clients. I have no other choice. Uh, if I don't cater to my clients, I don't give them what they need, and sometimes, and the things that they want in reason, then I'm not doing my due diligence. I'm not doing my job. So that's the thing. So I had to make sure that I prioritize my customers and my clients first, make sure I stay consistent on my social media, and then also making sure that I'm still reaching out and connecting with people every single day. Like Rob Vincent says, right? I know he probably never watches my lives, but like Rob Vincent says, hey, listen, hi Star. my business is never slow because I'm meeting new people every single day, right? Some people I reach out to, some people that reach out to me, some people I meet on Clubhouse, some people that back channel me, whatever it is, I'm meeting new people. And out on the street, I'm meeting new people. So I make sure that I prioritize those things. Now, I also make sure that I get in some type of education every day. So that's the next thing. I have to make sure I get that in. So I prioritize my day. So that's the action steps that I took to build my foundation. My mental strength is my foundation because without my mental strength, I can't do anything else. So of course, next up is the physical, right? So are you fit to run your race? Right? Fit being focused to improve triumph. My foundation is my mental strength. My physical strength is next because I have to work on my physical in order to be fit. Now, what's physical? Sharpening my brain every single day, right? I have to make sure that I'm doing something to sharpen that iron every single day, which is my brain. My brain, people don't really realize that this is a muscle that has to be worked, that has to be challenged, that has to be stimulated more than anything else. Because without your brain, you can't operate, you can't do anything else. So, what are you doing to sharpen that iron, that the highest power, the one that's the most powerful being in your body? Your brain. So learning every single day. I'm listening to an audiobook called oh, I'm dead. Dang, I became a brain fart. I just but I'm listening to an audiobook that talks about world finance and how nations build their financial structures, right? Um it's going to come to me. It's called Changing World Order. Okay. And I listen to the audiobook, if especially when I'm working out, to make sure that I get some type of stimulation, because that book has enlightened me on a lot of different things on how nations build and become superpowers and how they lose their power. And it piggybacks off of how you should operate in your business and your personal finance. It's the same way the countries um, run their structures. And I'm like, I need to research who is up and coming in these departments. So if I got to skedaddle out of the United States, you just never know. You got to always have a plan, right? If I gotta leave the United States, even though I don't want to, if I have to, I know the best place to go that I can continue to flourish based on these things. So learning every single day, reading, audio books, videos, whatever it is to stimulate your brain, to challenge you, to make you learn something new, you should be doing every day. And you should be doing that for your craft every single day. It doesn't matter, if work a 9 to 5 or whatever, be the best that you can be by still learning about your finances and history and all these different things that you can learn about to stimulate your brain. So also, what the physical strength comes from watching, being vigilant of what you hear, speak, and interact with people, with things, and situations, all of the above. I know people like, how is hearing physical? Yes, I need to hear you. That is a action. It's not describing a noun. Okay. So it's an action. I know I just went whole English teacher mode on you, but that's okay. I need to just reiterate my point. So you have to understand that you have to watch what you're hearing, because your vision, I know this is cliche and people say it all the time, but your vision is not for everybody to hear. Because what happens is, because they don't see it because it's not theirs, they are going to project their negativity, project their fears, okay, on you, to stop you from doing the things that you want to do. How many times have we come up with ideas and we expressed it to people, and then they say, "Oh no, that's not gonna work. That's stupid. That's this. That's that." And then all of a sudden, you look on TV and you see that same idea it was for you, sis. It was for you, bro. And you chose not to tap in because you let somebody talk you out of it because they said it was stupid. But everybody, sometimes I had put a post up today, and sometimes you gotta plant yourself. I learned that from one of my mentors. That sometimes you gotta plant yourself, and people think that you're buried, that you're gone, that you um you just out of commission, that you just disappeared, so that you can sprout and come back victorious and better than ever. And sometimes you have to isolate yourself and be able to work in the dark. That's what you do when you plant a seed. The seed is in the dark. The light, though, the light is what brings it out. The light is what sprouts it up. The light, the water, the soil, all of that is what brings that plant up or that seed up, right? So that's the thing. You have to understand that sometimes you got to lay in darkness to come out triumphant so that people won't talk you out. So you won't hear the negativity. They won't talk you out of your vision. Watch what you say. It's another physical. Speaking is a physical sense, it's an action. Watch what you say out your mouth. I know, we're all human. We get mad, we get frustrated, we say crazy things. But the things that you should never say, which is never, always, can't. You can think of some other words in there. I never such and such. I can't such and such. I always, it's always. Those are negative. Even though always is not considered negative, but in the way that you use it is negative. I'm always such and such and such. When you in anger, this always happens to me. Never, can't, always are some of the three negative words. I mean, you can put some more in the comments. What are some other negative words you need to take out of your vocabulary? When you have to watch what you speak, because whatever you put out there is what you're going to give, what you're going to attract. Like, those of you that are single, be like, oh, there's no good women out there. There's no good men out there. Of course they're not. Because guess what? You are pushing all the good ones away because all you're attracted is the ones that you say are no good. Because you said there's no good women, there's no good men. So guess what? No good women or no good woman or man is going to come to you because guess what? You're projecting that there are no good women, there are no good men. Of course, you're going to attract the no goods because that's what you're saying. There is that's all there is. So you have to guard what you say. And then you have to guard who you interact with and situations that you interact, with. Sometimes when you get to a certain point, you got to step away from certain situations and the things that you used to do. I know it's hard. As human beings, we like to stay with the crew and stay with the crowd and do all that, whatever. But if you want something different, you have to do something different. And sometimes you have to stray away from the norm, what you always have done with the same people, with the same situations to get something different, to get a totally different outcome. And if they are on the same page as you and want to move with you, yeah, of course, people can go with you. But if they're not, you have to leave them and you have to be okay with that. And I don't care if you've been knowing them for 20, 30, 15, 10, 5, whatever years. Sometimes you have to leave people where they are in order to get to where you're going because all it is dead weight. And, um, you know, in a physical sense, man, it's so crazy out here. You have to be mindful of what you eat. Man, I became a label reader. I've always been a label reader, but I really, really been paying attention to labels. And like I was buying the sweet potato fries because I love sweet potato fries, right? And I'm gonna admit it, I'm kind of lazy. I'd rather just get the ones that's already done and throw them in the air fryer and keep it moving or the oven or whatever. But something one day just told me, look on the back of the, sweet potato fry bag. So I did. And I'm like, why is there like 20, 30 ingredients for the sweet potato fries? Like, This not even healthy for me. So I had to watch what I was putting in my body. Now, God is still working on me because I love to put that fork to my mouth. I love to eat. But it- to have anything that has 20 to 30 ingredients in it that should only have like maybe 2 to 3 is a problem for me. Sweet potato fries in the bag, I had to leave them at in the bag. So I had to start buying sweet potatoes. I like sweet potato fries. So I had to start buying sweet potatoes and cutting them up. Does it take more time? Yes. But I have to be mindful of what I'm putting in my body so that I can be fit to run my race. And that's the thing. I've been learning to do that more and more. I'm thinking about going vegan. I stopped eating cheese a lot. So I will used to be a cheesehead, dairy, all of that. I stopped that because of the health situations. I want to make sure that I prevent. Colon cancer runs in my family. So I need to make sure that I am doing all that I can to stay away from that. So mindful of what you in there exercising. And I know people, if you follow me, I'm not saying that everybody got to work out like me. Okay. Yes, I work out like a monster. And I'm proud of it. I'm a beast in the gym. I've had men compete with me at the gym. I've had men come to me like, "You a beast." I know. I always have been. And that's not trying to be confident or anything like that. But I'm a beast in the gym. Like I have men compete with me. And it's funny. But are you fit to run your race? It's all about being physically fit as well. Eating well, physically fit, sharpening your brain, sharpening that iron, watching what you hear, speak, and interact with. It's all a part of it. So what's the foundation? The foundation is you. It's your mental. It's your mind state. I mean your mindset. So being self-aware, learning what you need to improve, doing the things that you need, and learning from those things, and then putting the action steps to do that. Then being physically fit, sharpening your brain, making sure you're learning every single day. I am a lifelong learner. So making sure that you're learning every day, watching what you hear, speak, and interact with, being mindful of what you eat, and exercising. And last but not least, we're talking about being financially fit. So one of the things that I had to do was make sure that I recognize my relationship with money. What is your relationship with money? And I know it sounds so strange, right? How do you have a relationship with money? Yes, you have a relationship with money because of the fact that you know how you feel when you don't have it, you know how you feel when you do have it. And anything that changes your mood is a relationship. So recognize your relationship with money. My relationship with money at one point was I was a spender. I wanted to buy the latest and greatest things because that's what I was used to as a child. I had an immature, dang, I just came to a revelation again. I had an immature way of looking at money because of the things that I was afforded in my childhood and thought I was going to be able to do that in my adulthood. And adulting is way different because the backstory, long story short, my parents divorced when I was 7. So when I got older, I had a job, when I was like 16, 17, well, I had a job since I was 11. But, my mom at one point, because she was making good money and doing her thing, she started giving me my child support checks. So I had my paycheck, I had my child support money, and any other extra that I wanted. I had everything that I wanted, and I got anything that I wanted. Me and my, me and my, now I didn't get the car I wanted because my dad wasn't going, but he would spend if I asked him to spend on something. He would make me work for it, do some dirty jobs. I should have filmed the dirty jobs I had to do sometimes for some of that money. No pun intended, and no, nothing nasty or nothing. Well, it was nasty, but not nothing freaky deaky or nothing. But like my dad's not a molester or anything. Um, oh, thank you, honey. I think it's like shrunk or something. I don't know. It's like I don't know if I lost hair or what. But anyway, um, but yeah, so I used to have to work. My dad used to make me work for that money, any extra. But he never complained. He used to make me work for that money. I used to go and do it. But I had any and everything that I wanted. Well, I mean, like I said, besides the car I wanted because he wasn't going. But I did want a orange T top metallic regal. Okay, I think it was a regal. Yeah, yes, it was a regal T top, metallic orange. Oh, I love that car. I forgot what year it was. And I saw it and I wanted it so bad. And I remember going to my dad and I said, I'm spoiled. I'm an only child. So, for my dad, I have an older sister with my mom. But I went to him excited, like, yeah, dad, I saw this car. And it wasn't that much, like to me in my eyes, like dude only wanted like I guess he didn't, he did all the work himself, but I thought it was a reasonable price. He only wanted like 7,500 for it. So I'm like, 7,500, I'm like, cool. You know, I think my dad would go for that. No car, no, come up with it, right? Wrong. I went up to my dad all excited, like, yeah, dad, I saw this metallic orange. 'Cause orange is my favorite color. I saw this metallic orange, Regal T top or whatever, and it had a white top too. It was so fresh. Oh my god. So I'm from Detroit, so we love old schools, and it had rims on it, all of that. And I was describing it to the T. That it had white interior with the orange pipe, and that car was beautiful. And I came to him and I talked to the guy. I was like, yeah, I'm looking for a new car, a car. I'm turning 16. And he's like, talking, how people talk. They get you excited about it. And I went to my dad and I described that car to him. And I was so excited. And he just had the stoic looking, this look on his face, just like, "Hmm." Let me finish and everything. It was like, exactly, I'm not getting you that car. You think I'm gonna let you get carjacked? It's over with. And walked away in his overalls and walked back because my dad used to flip cars um too for a side hustle when working at Chrysler or whatever. I was like, well, he was retired then, but he was still work on cars and flip cars and stuff like that. I was so crushed. I was so hurt because I wanted that car so bad. And I ended up getting the car, but it wasn't that one. But I was so used to having and getting the things that I wanted and for it. And even when I was in college, I was not one of those broke college students. So it was like, I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but I had my work study job. And then I had my dad was giving me money, and then my mom was giving me money because they didn't know how much money they was giving me because they didn't communicate. Like my parents did not communicate; they didn't like each other like that, so they didn't communicate. So they didn't know how much money they were giving me. So I was in the money. And then I snuck my car up to Michigan State. Shout out, go green. Second semester my freshman year because I was not taking no groceries on no bus any longer. That was over with. And it gets cold and snowy in Michigan. Like, no, walking around the street with bags. Oh no, I want to pull up to the dorm with the bag. So I had to do what I had to do to keep my car in Michigan State at first. I talked my dad into getting my car up there that first year. I had to do some maneuvering, but it worked out. And so like I said, I was just used to having things my way, and I thought I could operate like that as an adult. And little did I know I can't. And I found out soon enough that, yeah, that credit got jacked up. And I had to, you know, um, reevaluate myself. I couldn't live like the little girl anymore. So I had a very immature sense of money. And my relationship with suspender. So knowing your relationship with money and recognizing it and changing and learning is a big thing. And knowing where your money goes and how it comes in is another thing. What is your budget like? A budget? Who does a budget, right? But it's so important, especially as business owners. Like, you do a budget for your business, I hope, and you know, doing a budget for your personal life as well. You have to know what's coming in, what's going out, and how important is investing to you. How important is investing to you? Investing in your education. The more education that you have, depending on what you're doing, well, it don't matter. Education is great regardless of fact, but if you get using it to, level up in your, in your the company that you work for and all of that, that's fine. It's invested in your education. If you're invested in your education when you're talking about mentors and seminars and things like that for your business, that's investing in your education. And then investing your money in the right vehicles. Do you have life insurance that has a living benefit? Do you own stocks? Do you own high yielding accounts that are built to help you make more money? All these things are, you know, are you investing in your business or want to invest in a business? Because a lot, this AI technology, it's gonna pull the rug out under a lot of people. So they're paying people, y'all. Not they're paying people, yes, but they're also offering free certifications and training to be a cybersecurity personnel, and they're making bank. They're making 5 and 6 figures just doing that. Because even though they're gonna have all these robots doing the different things, they're gonna need somebody to protect the. It's a computer. They're gonna need somebody to protect it. So why wouldn't use get adapt? That's a fit to run your race. If you don't want to start a business or do that, you have to adapt to your surroundings. AI is about to take over. How can you adapt? How can you move with the change? By getting skilled on how to run the robots, run the computers, because they're going to need people to manage that. That's the thing. So you have to be able to pivot, be able to adapt. And then opportunities. Are you investing in opportunities? Are you going out doing the things, networking, getting into spaces that you never thought you could get into? And then are you wise about your credit and how to use it? A lot of people are not wise about how to use their credit. So that's the question that you have to ask. Do you know about credit and how to use it? And if you don't, learn. It's all out here for you to get. Education is not hard. It's audiobooks, it's videos, however it is that you can retain information. You should know what type of learner you are. You should know what type of learner you are. With me, I don't know, it's because I'm a Gemini or what. I have multiple ways that I can learn. I can learn auditorial. I can learn visually. I can definitely learn kinesthetically because, I'm an athlete, and I'm analytical. So it's like I got different ways, but do you know your learning style? And you have to be able to know that to get to understand how to be fit to run your race. Everything is an education type of thing. You have to look at it as an education, as learning, as lessons in order for you to be fit to run this race. So, what is the foundation? Your mental. What is the roof and the studs and all of that? That's your physical. What and then what's the financial strength? Everything else that gels and glues together. So being more aware of being fit mentally, physically, and financially is key to living your best life. I know it's like key. I mean, cliche to say, "Oh, I'm living my best life," all of that, right? But it's true. You can if you believe, if you manifest. Of course, you got to speak it and also put it into action. What are you working? How are you working towards it? You can't be complete without all three: mentally, physically, and financially. I know people do it every single day, but they're missing something. They're not happy. They're not living their best life because because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that you're happy. Just because you're wealthy doesn't mean you're healthy. So you have to understand that it's it all ties in together to live your absolute best life. All of these are aligned to make it a life that is focused to improve triumph. You have to focus on improving yourself and doing great things. So I've been talking for 40 minutes and Yeah, I love to talk. I was used to talking for 50 minutes. So, what it is, what it is. So, if you thought this was some great information or, it can inspire somebody, I shouldn't say great information, but inspire someone, then please share it. Share it to Messenger, share it on your page. Show me some digital love. Give me some likes, some comments, come back and comment, whatever the case may be. And I would love, love, love the support. And I bid you adieu, as they say on in Shakespeare. And if you need any of my services, I would love to serve and help. I am a realtor here in Memphis. I do commercial and residential. I do credit, personal, and I can help you with your business as well. And I do funding, so commercial funding. And if you are a W-2 employee and want to learn how to get funded for your startups or whatever, I got you. So, everybody have a blessed and wonderful night. And I'll see you back tomorrow for Real Estate Tuesday. Yes, I love talking real estate. So, see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, YouTube.